What's up everybody, Pete with Auto Repair Tips, bringing you another AC video. We've never had around here anyway 105 heat index that I can remember at the end of June. Normally, you know, end of July, August is when we start getting our hot point. So if it's like that now, I cannot imagine what the end of the summer is going to be like. Of course, the AC jobs are coming in, everybody's coming in, and it's not blowing cold enough, not blowing cold enough. And like this lady here, she came up today, she said, AC's been doing fine. But as of yesterday, when it was legitimately 108 heat index, I think it was around here, she said, you know, she just wished it was colder. Can I look at it? I told her, I said, we'll look at it. I said, but you know, sometimes you're not going to get so much out of a car. So in this video, I'm going to see, can I get a little more coldness coming from those vents? Coldness, a little more coldness. That don't make no sense, but you guys know what I mean. I'm gonna see, can I help this lady out? All right, let's get into it. All right, first thing I did was I went ahead and got my gauges hooked up, and I was gonna put my thermostat in, and I accidentally dropped it, stepped on it, broke it. Not having a good week actually. Yesterday my iPhone right here dropped the tool on that, so no, it doesn't work half the time. But that's beside the point, right? We're here for an AC job. Well, what I got going on is, like I said, this lady here, she wants it to blow colder. I hooked the machine to it, and we have more than enough Freon in it. I mean, the low side's at 110. The car's not even running, and the high side's at 100. So what I've done is, my Snap-on man, he ain't been here in 2 weeks, said he blew an engine in his truck. I ordered another temperature gauge from Advance up the street there, and they're gonna bring it by. When they get here with that, I'm gonna put that in the dash, I'll start the car, just look at the readings, and let's see what we have going on. I almost venture to say that, looking at that, maybe her husband or a friend of somebody maybe added a little bit of Freon to it, because I don't think with the vehicle off, that should be around 110. My past experiences, and I could be wrong, normally they're anywhere from 90 to 95, sometimes 85. You know, I would say between 80 and 95 is normally where they sit at. So I'm wondering if someone add Freon to it. And sometimes adding Freon to a car that has enough Freon in it and you overcharge it will make it blow warmer. Not really sure why, that's just what it does. So when the temperature gauge gets here, I'll throw it in the car, we'll start it up, and then we'll check the readings out. All right, just got my new temperature gauge in. So let me go ahead and slap her in the vent, turn the car on, let's see what we got. So this car does have climate control on each side. Let's get the fan kicking a little bit higher. It says the AC is on and the recycle is on. All right, I'll let it run for just a few minutes and put the window at least halfway up. One thing I've learned is working on these cars, never roll your window all the way up if you're not gonna be sitting in it. Too many times have I had one lock on me. So, when you're below 20 like that, that's an indication of not enough Freon in the car. And you're only sitting here at maybe 160, 140. So pump's not pumping very hard, but there's not enough Freon in the car. But earlier, we were looking at it, and the low side was way over here at 110. So let me try something. Maybe it's just a little low on Freon. Maybe this one requires more. Just my past experience, like I said earlier, messing with these, normally they sit between 85 and 95 is good, but that was, like I said, that was kind of high. But it definitely don't have enough Freon in it, so let's do this. Let me pull an evac on it, we'll do a leak test, and then a recharge with the correct amount of fluid that's supposed to be in the car, and let's see what happens. Looking at the gauge inside the car, like right now, you're sitting at about 50 degrees. I don't care how hot it is outside, coming out of that vent needs to be colder than 50 degrees. So let's do this, let's do that. So looking at it, it takes about 43 kgs, 15.9 ounces, not quite a pound, I guess is what it's saying. So we're gonna do a auto sequence. Yes, no, checking for pressures. Yes, we're gonna do a light vacuum on it. I'm not changing oil. I'm only gonna do a 10-minute vacuum on it. It is a sealed unit. I just wanna get everything out and brought down to 0 on the low side gauge. Hit okay. We are gonna do a leak test. We're gonna put this at 43, we'll do 44. Hit okay. When I'm filling it and the car's not running, I said this in multiple videos, but I'm gonna keep repeating it. Car's not running, you can fill through both sides. If it's running, only go through the low side. You don't want to go through the high side. You could cause some issues that way, not get a correct charge. Start, yes it is, and continue. All right, we'll see you probably in about 30 minutes. All right, so the system did its thing, and it's still a little over 110, so apparently that's what this one should be. I just, in the past, don't remember them being that high. This is still about the same, so both the needles look about the same. It did pass the leak test. Let me start it up, and let's see what it does now. Let's see if it's still showing low. I did talk to the customer. He said no one put any Freon in the car. The gauges, like I said, look the same, but the readings are a lot better now. So we're sitting right at 31. This is right about 1760 maybe. I would like this to be a little bit higher, and I'd like to have this come down a couple more points, but it's not reading too bad right now. Let's just let it run for a minute or two. Let's go inside, let's look and see how cold it's blowing, because like I said before, it was barely hitting 50. All right, so sitting inside the car, I'm trying to get the best view that I can for you. Oh man, don't focus in on me here, focus. So we're sitting right about 42 degrees. That's on a day like today, that's perfect. I can sit back in the driver's seat way back here, and it's cold. It's comfortable. I can live like this. But that's where we're sitting at, right about there. 41, 42 degrees, 2,500 RPMs now, 2,000. Well, we didn't quite get past 40, but we got right at 40. My hunch is, I don't think I got the whole truth from the customer. Even though the gauges were the same, the readings were off. It was sitting at 20, and the other one, I forget what it was at, the high side. And that, like I said, that was way too low. Now you go out there and look, you're sitting right at 30, 31. That's where you should be. I wish the high side was a little bit higher. I mean, the pump could be getting weak. It's a 2012 as possible. But I think just an evac and a recharge like we did a leak test, it passed, is going to get him through this summer, maybe next summer too. I think someone tried to put something in it. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Maybe it wasn't the correct one. Maybe it wasn't 134. Maybe they tried to put some kind of additive in it or something. I don't really know. Just something wasn't right with the numbers. The numbers are right now. The gauge shows it on the temperature gauge. The reading shows it on the gauges on the machine. And all it took was an evac and a recharge. There's no parts to be replaced on this, and she's got to be more than happy. She will be more than happy with this. I mean, it's ice cold in here. And like you say, inside my shop right now, in the shade like we're in, maybe 95, 97 heat index inside my shop. You go outside, it's a little bit more. I'm gonna disconnect it, we'll back it outside, we'll see how the temperature does sitting in the sun. So I got the thermal imager, and that kind of reads like the temperature of an object, not necessarily what kind of air is coming out, but it'll read the temperature of the object. So if you look at it, it is sitting at 43 degrees, 44, 43, 44. I'm in the sun outside, so that's why it jumped up about 2 degrees. But if I give it a little bit of gas, 42, because if you look at the temperature, it's 38 degrees right now. It's in the green. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's actually, right behind that black needle is a green color, and if you look at it, it's sitting in the green, so we know we're good. You're not going to get no better than that. And it's comfortable sitting in the car. We're not driving nowhere. We're just sitting here, and it's definitely comfortable. So looking at what we saw, rule of thumb is, and I've always said it in past videos, 38 to 42 to 43 is your magic number. You start getting higher than that, your car's not cooling correctly. Something's not right. This car here, it was an evac, tested for a leak and a recharge, and the numbers straightened right out, as you can see. So I don't know if someone put something in this car and contaminated the Freon that was in it, or that's the only explanation I can have. So I'm thinking maybe the customer didn't give me the whole truth. But one thing to remember is, on a hot day outside, if you got 100 degrees outside, don't expect to hop in your car, start it, drive 5 minutes up the street to a 7-Eleven or something, and have it ice cold inside. Is not going to happen. On a hot day like today, like outside here, we're sitting in a 100+ heat index. You're going to have to drive for 30-40 minutes, every bit of it, or sitting still in your car for, like I've been sitting still in this car now for at least 15-20 minutes, and it's comfortable. I could sit in this car all day and not have any issues. So just keep that in mind. All right, that being said, this job is done. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Catch you later.